everyone. My name is Yolanda, Miss Cotton Sharper. Cotton is an acronym for concentrating on trying to overcome negativity. Not because I'm soft, because I'm from Oak Cliff. I just want to thank you for this opportunity. We have a very unique story. I wrote my autobiography a few years ago, and unfortunately there were some things that happened in my life that's really hard to read. And several publishing companies, they would not edit or publish my book because they did not want to read my book. I contacted Gina. I sent her the transcript for my book, and she said, let's do it. I'm not scared. Your story needs to be out. So I was her very first publishing client because she was scared. I made her jump out there with a heavy hitting book. And this book, Broken Soul Tie, this is my autobiography. At first it was called Y'all Ain't Gonna Believe This, but I went through some more stuff, so I had to pull it back and add some more chapters to the book with a little more reflection in it. Just a short synopsis of the book, Broken Soul Tie. When I was growing up, I had a lot of things that happened to me to make me very insecure about who I was. And I felt like I needed to keep getting married. I got married 6 times. Yeah, girl. Yes. And each time it wasn't for love, it was to solve a problem. My father is a bishop at the church, so you know it's better to marry than to burn. I went off that and I didn't know these people. And with each chapter, there was a demon that was following me through these men. And the demon got stronger and stronger until the 6th husband, he laid next to me and he took his own life. He did this and took his own life, and that broke a chain, that broke a cycle within me. I never thought I would love again, and that's what the enemy wanted. But thankfully I opened my heart up again, and that's my husband standing back there. That's actually the first man I ever had a crush on. I grew up across the street from him since I was 5. And he was 5 years older than me, so I was always like a little sister to him, so he wouldn't give me the time of day. Now he's old and 50, now he want me. But anyway, my next book is called Y'all What Is Autism. So let me show y'all my cake right quick. All right, man. I'm just regular autistic, y'all. I am not what you would think autism would look like. I'm here to encourage any parent or anyone who has a relative who is autistic. That is not their end. If you put them in ABA therapy, my mother, she had the foresight. I was born in the 70s, so they didn't even call it autism. But they couldn't say I was delayed because I was already taking college courses by the time I was 14. They knew I was something. So I had to go through speech therapy classes to teach me how to socialize, how to control my inner thoughts, because I would literally say what I was thinking, and I still do, but I'm a professional comedian now, so I get paid to do that. I had this little bracelet on my arm. Y'all see this little circle bracelet? I like to use this bracelet to explain to y'all what autism is. So this is a normal person. You see this circle? This is me with autism. With all my little things I do, I'm a hairstylist, I'm a comedian, I'm a master herbalist, I'm an author, I design clothes, I'm a 3D artist, and there's probably a lot of things that I didn't list. Now, when people trying to understand autism and try to get back to normal, they do this because they can't figure out how to do this. But if you take the time to actually learn about autism, all you have to do is just take the time, put the pieces together, and the circle is back together. So this coloring book is my story as a child growing up with autism. I wrote it for my grandchildren so they can stop taking my toys from me. Because they don't understand why I'm big and grown and I still have to have fluffy blankets and something squishy to squeeze on, and I eat the same thing every day. I don't change my food patterns. Now my last book is called Miss Cotton's Big Herb Book. This book was inspired by my own journey. I had been having lupus since the age of 11. The sun burnt my skin when I went outside. My hair kept falling out. I couldn't play with the kids. I was always tired, but I didn't get a diagnosis until 2010. When I found out what was wrong with me, I responded to the news that lupus didn't have a cure, and I got sicker. I lost the ability to walk 5 steps on my own. I had a cane, I had a walker. My mother had to unfold me out the bed every morning because my joints would curl up on me while I was asleep. One night I was somewhere, it's kids in here, so I was in a place where they take people when they don't want to be here anymore. Y'all follow me? And I was on my deathbed, y'all. I was the sickest I had ever been toward the end of 2012. And I had been in pain since I was 11. I was tired. And I said, God, if you're not going to use me, then go on kill me. If you're not going to use me, don't stretch it out no more. Don't drag it out no more. But if you are going to use me, you need to fix me. And I said it with that boldness because I wasn't born with lupus. And I wasn't about to die with lupus. I had to activate my faith because when I prayed about the lupus, I prayed for God to allow me to get up, do hair, still move around and all that. I never prayed for the lupus to go away because I was told there was no cure. In 2013, I was miraculously healed from lupus. As a matter of fact, I just had my yearly physical a few days ago, and they checked my ANA, and I still don't have lupus since 2013. But my faith helped me, but faith without works is dead. I also changed my diet. I immediately stopped eating beef and pork. Beef and pork has things in there that we can't taste, but our body can detect. This meat is not the meat we grew up on. This is not grandma and them meat. This meat is scientifically engineered, and our body tries to fight it. And in the process, autoimmune disease means your body is fighting against itself. So I started eliminating the things that would make my body fight against itself. I eliminated beef and pork. I eliminated stress from my life. If anybody listening, you're dealing with any illness, let it go. Let it go. You can't fix everything because you'll be dead trying. I had to realize that. So when I tell people my story about being healed from lupus, it wasn't no magic. I prayed and I jumped up and it was gone. It kind of was, but I'm serious. Someone prayed for me at the church service, and when I went down on the floor, I couldn't walk. When I got up, nothing hurt me, and I ran around the people church 4 times. They had to make me sit down. I didn't know how it felt to run, but my knees. Ain't no hardly talking there. That's how I know that God really is a healer. But I had to change my prayer posture. I had to pray like I believed I was really going to be healed, even though I was in pain while I was praying. When I was healed from lupus, I got more involved in herbalism and studying herbalism. I was raised in it. My grandmother was a master herbalist. She was Native American, and we never went to the hospital for other things like that, but she couldn't figure that lupus out. So I got my master herbalism certification. And when I wrote this book, this is what I literally did. I said my community needs to know everything that I studied to become a master herbalist. Everything in this book is everything I studied to become a master herbalist. This needs to be in everyone's medicine cabinet, kitchen, or whatever. You need to go to this book before you go to the hospital. I have recipes in here, herbal recipes. I have definitions of every herb you can imagine and what they do to your body function. And I also have testimonials in the back of this book of people who've actually used the prepared teas that I have on my website, which is godisahealer.com. I do have a lab, and I make these teas and capsules and hair products and body products and everything, but you can do it for yourself with this book. So I know my 3 minutes over because I done started high flashing and stuff. But I have a QR code back here on my table. When you get a chance, if you can't get a book today, at least scan the QR code, get my information. I have videos of my comedy. I do clean comedy. You ain't got to worry about running across no cussing because I paid to get all that off the internet. But come back there and scan the QR code and get my information if you can't get a book today. But you definitely need to get the herbalism book in your life. The coloring book, if you know anyone who's autistic, or if you're autistic and you don't know it, you'll find out this book, because some of y'all in denial. Some of y'all got a little touch of autism. And this book gives, it starts off as a children's book in the beginning, but there's also an the adult coloring with pages in the back. It has journal pages in the back. So I thank y'all for taking the time to listen to it. We're going to beautiful hostess Yolanda May back up. And again, I want to thank Gina for trusting in my gift and trusting the process and you know, not knowing what I'm going to say. It takes a lot of trust to give me a microphone because you really don't know what I'm about to say. But I thank her for not only being a friend, but an awesome publisher. Thank y'all.